Hello, I'm Dr. Jeff Kingsley and welcome to another edition of Riding in Cars with Researchers. Today we're going to talk about site-level workforce issues, and I'm going to leave you with three basic chapters in this episode. First, we're going to talk about CAPA, Corrective Action and Preventive Action, CAPA, CAPA. Then we're going to talk about how to appropriately intervene when you have a site-level workforce issue. And then lastly, we'll talk about what to do if you're the sponsor or CRO, let alone what to do if you're the site director, frankly, because they're all treated roughly the same, or should be. The only difference is the depth of resources available. So to start, let's talk about CAPA, Corrective Action and Preventive Action. In my opinion, in our industry, CAPA is thought of wrong. And I can see why. It sounds very linear, doesn't it? There's an issue. I diagnose what the issue is. I put in a corrective action. Corrective action is helping to fix what happened today. And then I put forth a preventive action, a something that should prevent the issue from happening again in the future. Done. Linear. Finish line. And that's a fallacy. That's not reality. And it's ironic because we're in research. And in research, the whole point of what we do is circular. The whole point of what we do is we think this is going to be the next great treatment for type 2 diabetes, and so we plan, do, study, act, plan, do, study, act, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. We might have to change the dose that we thought was going to be the right dose, or the frequency, number of times a day that the patient has to, or per month, that the patient has to receive the medication. As opposed to linear, as if we know. We put an action in place, finish line. So we have to change how we're thinking through issue resolution. CAPA. Yes, you have to do CAPA, but we have to stop thinking about it as a finish line, and we have to start thinking about it in a normal change management framework of plan, do, study, act. So now let's talk about how to intervene when you have a site-level workforce issue. You have something that's gone bad at the site, some protocol deviation, some issue. What do you do about it? I'm confident nearly everybody watching this has had CPR in their life. And in CPR, we have all got drilled into us ABC. Airway, breathing, circulation. Always ABC. Even if you know the person just collapsed in front of you because of a heart issue, you still start with airway. Always. What if the heart issue, what if they grabbed their chest because they were short on oxygen because they were choking on a piece of meat? So we always start with airway. Airway, breathing, circulation, because that order matters. If the airway is blocked, then assessing the person's breathing is a waste of your time. You've got to start with airway. And if the airway is blocked, assessing the person's circulation is a waste of your time. You got to start with airway. In trauma, they actually extend it, A, B, C, D, E. And what I'm going to put forth is that we should always be thinking through site-level workforce issues on 6 parameters. You could think about it as A, B, C, D, E, except the letters don't really matter. In research, we always start with patient safety. Patient safety is paramount. Patient safety is equivalent to airway. What's number 2? Data integrity, right? Those are always the 2. Patient safety, data integrity. Anytime you have an issue, our first thought always should be patient safety. Forget what the issue is that you know. Patient safety. Equivalent to airway. Then go to data integrity. Is there any bad data that we have to make sure that we flag? Is there anything that we need to look at there? Then you can proceed. And those things could take seconds. not minutes, not days, just like assessing the airway. It doesn't prevent you from getting down to doing the CPR. It takes seconds. So then what? Patient safety, data integrity, root cause analysis. Now you're getting into the plan of PDSA. Plan is root cause analysis. What is the real issue? Is it the issue that I think is before me, or was there something deeper? Was there something even deeper? Was there something even deeper? One of the things you can do is ask the 5 whys. Why did it happen? And then you get an answer. Okay, well, why was that the case? And you get another answer. Well, why was that the case? And you can end up getting to a root cause that is so much more meaningful than the superficial cause you previously had before you. So now you think you have your root cause. What's your next step? Well, the next step is equivalent to CAPA. What intervention would we make? What is the corrective and preventive action? Based upon that root cause, what could we do to fix it and prevent it? Now, S, study. You don't walk away. You don't assume you're done. You're running an experiment. You've intervened to help the protocol run better, to help fix the issue, to help prevent the issue from recurring in the future. Now study it. Did the intervention work? Did it make the difference that I wanted it to make? And then act. What did we learn from the study? And now we can re-enter that cycle to refine it all that much more. It's not finite, it's circular. And we can keep doing that over and over to keep making things better. That's how you intervene on a site level workforce issue. Patient safety, data integrity, root cause analysis, CAPA, study what you did, act on what you've learned from the study, and keep going. Always, always, always. Now, speaking to sponsors and CROs and to site directors, you should always be doing things this way. Recognize that your sites may not know how to do this. They may not know how to do a real root cause analysis. They may not know how to appropriately intervene. It is in your best interest to think this way and help sites to think this way, because they may not be there yet. They may be great researchers, but they may not know how to do change management. They may not know how to do these slightly more sophisticated things to get at the real issues and help then refine policies and procedures and processes and people management to make everything better in the future. Assist them. Go into the interaction from an open framework to help them think through it and make their sites better. And then provide the resources that are needed. If the issue is large and it's a research coordinator issue and it's a meaningful, big, deep issue, maybe the appropriate intervention is to immediately pull resources from elsewhere and replace the research coordinator, or have a solid backup for the research coordinator where it's essentially a team of 2 or a team of 3 rather than a team of 1. And if the site doesn't have those resources, I find that most sponsors and CROs have the capability to provide a research coordinator, to provide a resource to help the site get over that issue. But you'll never get that resource if in fact you've never identified what the real issue is, or you've never been honest about what the real issue is. So those are my thoughts for today. What do you do when you've got a site level workforce issue? 1, stop thinking about CAPA as being linear. 2, start with patient safety, then data integrity, then root cause analysis, CAPA, study what you did, and act on what you learned from the study. Sponsors and CROs, train your CRAs and project managers to think this way so that they can interact with the sites in the same way. In so doing, we'll elevate our entire industry. We can change how we think through these issues and elevate our performance so that incrementally we're better and better and better month after month after month, year after year after year. My thoughts for today. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for riding along with me. I look forward to seeing you again in the future. I have lots of conferences coming up still this year. They will be listed at the end of this video. Be sure to follow us on the various different social media channels. It makes a difference. It passes the message out there further and further and further so that other people are able to think and interact and engage so that we elevate performance in the industry. Thank you. Take care.